5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Back on the Wild Things Baseball Network to wrap up what has been a very, very good day for the Washington Wild Things organization. We'll start with the baseball game here, and we will wrap tonight with a little soliloquy about James Meeker's Major League Baseball debut as you get to watch some of the fireworks here in the ballpark at Wild Things Park. The Wild Things take it 3-1 over the Joliet Slammers to advance to 17-7 on the 2024 campaign and drop Joliet in the process to 10-15. Let's start with the scoring. In the top of the third inning, Liam MacArthur, the nine-hitter, stepped up and hit a fly ball to right fielder Robert Chayka that would serve as a sacrifice fly and plate the game's first run and only run for the Slammers against Washington starter Jordan DiValerio, who was brilliant. He punches out 10 to match a single-game high for the Wild Things this year. Malik Barrington, the other to do it. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run earned for DiValerio. He gets the win to go to 3-1.
DiValerio with 2 strikeouts so far. Swung on and missed. Make it 3. We'll say it.
I never did.
I did it first. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and Jordan DiValerio strikes at the side.
League debut is a pressure situation in of itself. 0-2 swing and a miss. Garbella down on strikes for the second time tonight. Wind by DiValerio, 2-2. Fastball called strike 3. 0-2 wind by DiValerio. Delivery home is called strike 3. Thanks for coming, De La Cruz. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. The 0-2 to MacArthur. Swing and a miss. Housekeeping to first is necessary. They'll take care of that. 10 strikeouts for Jordan DiValerio, and he punches out the side for the second time tonight. Washington would score 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. A foul out to start the inning by Andrew Check, then a walk to Robert Chayka. He would steal second base and be plated by Quincy Lattimore, who stepped to the plate and delivered an RBI triple to left center field to even the game.
2 strikes, 1 out. 1 runner on second is Chayka. Here's the pitch to Lattimore. Lattimore sends that one out to center field. Fielder going back, and that one, it will hit the warning track. Lattimore will round second. He's going for third. Quincy Lattimore into third base, standing up with a triple. Quincy Lattimore RBI triple.
The next batter, Tommy Caulfield, would swing at the first pitch he saw and bring home Lattimore with an RBI single to center field to cap the 2-run 4th inning for the Washington Wild Things in the Toyota RAV 4th inning, presented by Victory Toyota Highlands. In left center field gap, if that was a home run.
There's a single by Tommy Caulfield on the first pitch. He sees it will bring in Quincy Lattimore. And so 2 runs off 2 straight batters. The boys are buzzing early here.
In the 6th inning, Andrew Check with 1 out stepped to the plate and delivered a solo shot the opposite way to left field to make it 3-1, and in the process extend his on-base streak to a franchise record 56 games, which is truly remarkable, and he will look to make it 57 tomorrow.
Check now backed into a 2-strike count. He'll have to protect the plate with 1 ball. Here's the pitch, and Check sends that one into the gap. That one back, and that ball is way gone. Checkmate! A home run for Andrew Check, and we will smell you later, ball. Andrew Check, 55-game streak. 56, now, as Andrew Check rounds third. And there you go. Checkmate for Andrew Check. And Wild Things lead now 3-1.
That was all the scoring in the ball game as Washington comes up with a 3-1 win after the great start by DiValerio. Kyungju Kim entered the game to slam the door with 2 strikeouts and a fly out to left that ended the ball game. and Kim earns his 7th save of the year in the 3-1 Washington victory. 3-2 to Warkentin. 2 outs, the base is clear in a 3-1 game. The pitch is looped in the air to left field. Lattimore backing up a couple of steps. Under it, catches, ball game. Kim shuts the door. DiValerio gets the win. A fantastic day for the Washington Wild Things organization. The winning pitcher for the Joliet Slammers, or for the Washington Wild Things, rather, I beg your pardon. DiValerio is 3-1. The loser is Dwayne Marshall. He falls to 0-3 on the season for the Joliet Slammers, and the save Kim his 7th. Time of the game here in Washington was 2 hours and 5 minutes and played in front of an announced attendance, a sellout of 3,458 at Wild Things Park. Saw it and now get to take in the post-game fireworks display. Danny, another really good win for Washington. There wasn't a ton of offense, but enough offense and a great pitching performance from both DiValerio and Kim, especially Jordan.
Yeah. 3 hits, it's all you can ask for. Scoring 3 runs off 3 hits. It's what they couldn't do last night with the bats. But they capitalized tonight. Wild Things went up 2 runs in that. They went up 2 runs over there in the 4th inning, and they didn't look back ever since. They didn't take their foot off the gas at all, and that's exactly what I see. I'm going to try and close this window here as the fireworks are a little loud, but yeah, it was a great outing. The pitching was tremendous, as we saw from Jordan DiValerio. He went on and pitched into the 8th inning. You don't see that a lot, and we've seen it twice so far over this homestand. And I love to see stuff like that. I love to see the pitchers going as long as they can, and they're going to let them go into the 8th inning, bring in the guy to shut the door, as you said, Kyle. And again, it was a good piece of hitting for the Wild Things. They still only had 3 runs, but one of them was a homer from Czech. We had a triple from Lattimore, and I think we had another base hit. But besides that, yeah, it was a great piece of hitting from both aspects. The Slammers, they only had, 3 hits as well, and they couldn't capitalize on the hits that we did. And very happy with this win, pitching-wise. The pitching has been tremendous in Washington recently, Kyle, and I'm very excited to see what else they can do throughout the season with the pitching staff.
3-1 the final. The line totals for Washington: 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 6 left on base. For Joliet, a run on 3 hits, an error, and 2 left on base. Again, the Slammers fall to 10-15. The Washington Wild Things are 17-7. Let's, for the first time tonight, take a look around the league and see what is happening as we wrap our postgame show, or start to wrap our postgame show. The New York Boulders lead the Tri-City Valley Cats, bottom of the 6th inning, 4-3. New England has knocked off Sussex County by a final of 7-6. Top of the 8th inning in Paterson, New Jersey, the Jackals 8, the Titans 1 from Ottawa. Just underway in Quebec after a lengthy rain delay. Gateway and Quebec are scoreless as they start play soon. Trois-Rivières at Lake Erie, presumably as in a delay. Schaumburg leads at Windy City 4-0 in the 7th, and Evansville leads Florence 7-1 in the 7th. You can check the Frontier League website for all of the final scores, and of course we'll talk to you about them tomorrow during the middle game of this 3-game series, which will feature, I believe, a new pitcher for the Joliet Slammers. I don't think that their anticipated starter is on the roster, so I believe they'll be making a roster move tomorrow. The last name is Encina, and there is no last name of Encina on the roster. He will oppose right-hander Dario Frigio for Washington, the reigning Frontier League Pitcher of the Week, 3-1 with a .581 earned run average on the season for Washington. He will toe the rubber in the middle game, looking to push Washington to a series victory. We've mentioned a few times that right-hander James Meeker, North Allegheny product, Wexford native, Pittsburgh native, if you will,
Wexford's finest.
Exactly, has made his major league debut today. Today, right-handed pitcher from 2018 to 2021, James Meeker, a North Allegheny grad, a Pittsburgh native, and 4-year Wild Thing, had his contract selected by the Milwaukee Brewers today, and potentially will make his big league debut tonight in Detroit. Oh, Meeker's in the game. Get through the nerves, James. Get through the nerves.
Smith in.
Get yourself a ground ball, young man. Meeker's got his first out, a line out to short.
There we
It'll
go.
keep it first and third with one out.
Got you.
Ground ball, maybe 2 ball. Let's go.
Double
Play ball ends the game. James Meeker, a scoreless frame in his MLB debut.
Ground ball. Could be 2. Ortiz, the second one to first. Double play. Ball game over.
Big soliloquy to James Meeker. Congrats. We're proud of you. If this gets back to you, we'll have you on the podcast at some point to talk about what has been a truly awesome day for you and for this organization. A sellout crowd of 3,458 sees the Wild Things defeat the Joliet Slammers by a final of 3-1. And the Wild Things go to 10 games over at 17-7, all while James Meeker makes us proud in Detroit. And what a story it is for James Meeker. We're hoping on this Into the Wild podcast that you are maybe listening to this on, and on the Wild Things Baseball Network as well. We'll find the time to play it. We're hoping to talk with James on StreamYard and in an interview format in the next couple of days once things settle down for James. But a unique story and a very good one at that for the right-hander and former Wild Thing who, of course, started his career at North Allegheny. He was the first freshman pitcher to pitch in a varsity game in program history, and that is a very storied program at North Allegheny.
Yes, it is.
He was the first pitcher in North Allegheny history to throw a perfect game in his senior year. And then the Tigers won a WPIAL championship in James Meeker's senior year. The caveat to this story is that Kyle Dawson, yours truly, got James Meeker out as a hitter in James's senior year as well. He was 1 for 2, so he had a hit too. But I got him out. I got a former big leaguer out. I used to rag on him all the time for it while he was here in Washington. But Meeker would go on to play college baseball with a couple of former Wild Things and a couple of former big leaguers at Akron before Akron disbanded their baseball program. He played with Dom Muro as well as some other former Wild Things, former Trinity Hiller, Joey Havrelak, who is a Major League alum, and former Pirate, now New York Yankee, JT Brewbreaker at Akron. James, after the program at Akron disbanded, would go and play 3 seasons at Delaware, had a very good senior season on the mound for Delaware, where he was 4-2 with a 3.23 ERA and 26 appearances across 53 innings, allowed just 19 earned runs, 12 walks and 45 strikeouts. After that 2018 collegiate campaign, Meeker made his way to a tryout in this ballpark midseason, was signed out of that tryout by the Washington Wild Things. In 2018, Meeker had a 3.94 ERA, in 29 2/3 innings, had 26 strikeouts as the Wild Things would win a division championship that year and play in the Frontier League Championship Series, would fall to Joliet in 5 games. But Meeker returned in 2019, was really good again. 40 appearances, 54 innings, just 14 walks, 57 strikeouts, and a 3.17 ERA. He pitched for the Steel City Slam and Sammies in our pod under the Wild Things umbrella in 2020, 7 2/3 scoreless innings. And then in 2021, before his contract purchase on August 14th of that year, James Meeker started the year with 30 games and 31 2/3 scoreless innings, did not allow a run all year in 2021, 10 walks, 43 strikeouts, just 17 hits. Meeker left Washington when his contract was purchased with 34 scoreless innings in a row. That is a franchise record. And of course, he would go on and continue his success in 2021 with Carolina in A-ball with the Milwaukee organization, and he gave up just 1 earned run in 18 innings to finish the season in affiliated ball with 5 walks and 22 strikeouts before splitting time in Double-A and High-A in 2022. Last year in Double-A and Triple-A, this year double, triple, and now the big leagues as he tosses a scoreless inning. Just going to wait a second. As Meeker tosses a scoreless inning in the grand finale for him, caps a tremendous day for the Washington Wild Things organization. After walking a guy and allowing a hit, James Meeker gets a line out and a double play ball to cap a scoreless Major League debut with the Milwaukee Brewers in Detroit. I know that former Wild Thing Zach Strecker was there. I know that there were family members for James that were there. His parents are huge supporters of the Washington Wild Things. and he is a huge supporter of the Washington Wild Things. Here from 2018 to 21, a big-time member of the Wild Things family, and becomes the 5th former Wild Thing to appear on a Major League roster, the 4th former Wild Thing to appear in a big league game, as he tosses a scoreless inning, and hopefully the first of many for the right-hander, Pittsburgh native and former Wild Thing with the Brewers. A tremendous family, a tremendous human being, James Meeker. And, of course, our congratulations go out from everybody at the Washington Wild Things, from ownership on down to interns and all of the fans that were here that got the news today, unless you saw it on social media first, if you're watching or listening at home, and you saw it on social media, of course, a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous day for the Meeker family, and an emotional day for all of us, because we really wish Tony Busili, our president general manager, who was the one that helped sign James Meeker, myself, Travis Pettit, Chris Blaine, among the front office members who were here when Meeker was playing here, Stephanie Keller as well as an intern, and a lot of the staff that is here saw James pitch here, interacted with James and his family on a daily basis, and we really wish we could have been there today to see what is an incredibly special moment for this organization, obviously an incredibly special moment for him and his family. We talked with his parents, and I know I'm going a little bit long here on our postgame, and we'll wrap it up in a second. But we talked with James' parents yesterday. I texted back and forth with James a little bit last night. Couldn't be happier for them. James's dad was in a little bit of tears as we talked to him. I know his mother was in tears when she found out. A truly tremendous moment and a truly memorable moment that none of us will forget. And we'll obviously be rooting and watching for James Meeker the rest of his Major League career, which hopefully lasts a long time. And even if he goes back down to the minor leagues, he has reached a pinnacle, which only 5 former Wild Things have done. And there are 3 more in AAA right now that have a chance to potentially do the same thing that James Meeker did today. So the big soliloquy to James Meeker. Congrats. We're proud of you. If this gets back to you, we'll have you on the podcast at some point to talk about what has been a truly awesome day for you and for this organization. A sellout crowd of 3,458 sees the Wild Things defeat the Joliet Slammers by a final of 3-1. And the Wild Things go to 10 games over at 17-7, all while James Meeker makes us proud in Detroit. For all of us at the Washington Wild Things, our crew did a great job tonight bringing you this game at Wild Things Park. Dylan North, Connor Hoy, and Adam Feth on the cameras. Our director tonight, Reese Clausen. Our producer, Carlin Whalen. And my broadcast partner, Danny Erb, along with Logan Arblaster, who helped us out tonight in the booth. And we'll probably do that going forward as we try to work him in here into the Wild Things Baseball Network broadcast. Kyle Dawson saying so long from Wild Things Park. I'm going to go before the tears come for James Meeker. Thank you for being somebody who served it on the Wild Things Baseball Network. We'll be back with our middle game of the series tomorrow, including the Tony Busili Show and pregame. First pitch 7:05 against the Joliet Slammers. Until then, so long. Have a great rest of your Friday evening, and we'll catch you on the flip side from Wild Things Park.